2023 marked the beginning of Jamie Morrison's tenure as Texas A&M's head volleyball coach. He and his staff arrived with plenty of experience, yet new experiences awaited these players. As preseason camp began, Morrison was actually finishing up as the head coach of the USA U19 team at the FIVB World Championships in Croatia, and he was polishing off a gold medal upon his return and received a warm welcome back to Aggieland.
I think the biggest thing I want to say now, I won't talk about some other stuff, is just creating a sense of urgency, where we literally probably have 7 days left or something like that before we play a volleyball match. Make sure we have that sense of urgency every single day that we're in here, but it's really, really good to be back.
Yeah, I remember practice pretty vividly that first day, and away we went. So it was seamless in terms of the transition, and I had people ask me, like, how did you do that? And at the end of the day, I love coaching the sport, and I love coaching the USA version of it. I love coaching the Texas A&M version of it. So it was really awesome to kind of just get off of that and get straight into this and get moving. And it was fun.
Omaha bound. Woohoo! Yay! Let's go.
Coach wasn't home for long because to start the season, he and the Aggies had to hit the road for tournaments in Omaha, Nebraska, then Bowling Green, Ohio. It wasn't a bumpy ride at all, though. A&M went 5-0 through the stretch.
Yeah, I don't think before we left, we understood how much, one, all of those wins would take. It was an awesome run that we went on, but just being on the road for 3 days in the first trip, 4 days in the second trip, getting back at 2 a.m. kind of from both of those, and it was a grind.
It's definitely tough when like your first two tournaments are like the first week of school and stuff, so I think there was kind of like an added stress of like missing school and all that stuff, but I think we handled it so well.
I think one thing I was most proud of is just the matches were different in terms of challenging in different ways with the opponents that we had, but we found ways to win regardless.
So I think 5-0 for the first time in 12 years in the history of Texas A&M. And that is the work that goes into putting that. That's both the spring and the fall and the summer and the weight room and the things that you guys did. So be proud of it, enjoy it. We'll talk about what's coming. I'll just warn you here, I think our first match of the week, next week, is probably the hardest. So just make sure that you're thinking about that as we're getting some rest tomorrow. It's not easing into the week as we go. We'll talk about that a little bit on Monday.
Hey guys, we got a lot of flyers. Volleyball's home this weekend. It's fish camp night, tomorrow night. Be loud, we've got free t-shirts.
Utah State, like our goal was just to come out and like play our game from the very beginning, and that was definitely like what we did, and it was just really good to go out there and felt like we had full control of the game, and it was a great 2 games to start off the Invitational.
Welcome to college volleyball on the SEC Network. Tonight we are live at Reed Arena. There's a big block from Muth. Tie ball from Manning, but a nice job by Perkins. Wow, what a swing from Bianna Moneke. Lednicki straight down for the kill. Now she's gonna get a block there to end this match. Casopala, they take the match, 25-23.
We talk a lot about the reason why we play this game is to step out on the floor and do it in front of our fans and to put on a show for them. People had talked about the 12th man. I hadn't really gotten to experience it. We got to see a little bit of it in the exhibition against Baylor, and I was blown away then that many people showed up for an exhibition and how fired up they were. And then all of a sudden we get in against Utah State, and our student section is 2,000 people, and they're vocal and loud, and our yell leaders did an amazing job doing what they do and getting that audience fired up for us. So it was special for me, to be honest with you. It was really awesome to see that many people care about what we were doing, and it's an honor to play in front of them, and I hope to continue that.
And I think that Baylor, as our exhibition game, was just kind of a taste of what Reed Arena was going to be like, and then coming back to play Utah State on that Thursday, our first home game back, it was just so surreal. Like, the crowd was so fun. It's been such a fun environment, and it's also just nice knowing that, like, we have our family here, we have our staff here, and the support staff that we have is just incredible.
After the Texas A&M Invitational, Afena Casapella was named the SEC's Defensive Player of the Week. Against Utah State, she tied the SEC record for total blocks in a 3-set match. She finished the Invitational with 28 blocks in all in the 3 matches.
She's been just balling out, and she's someone that I've seen grow so much in this past season. And I just remember at one point, like, it felt like it was like her 20th block in a row, and she just turned around and she just had like the biggest smile on her face, and we were all like running in and hugging her and rushing her, and it's just, she plays with this like confidence and this just intensity, and she is just so fiery when she plays, and she just goes up and she doesn't even have to say anything. Like, she speaks like with her actions and with the way she plays and stuff, and the others team, like, I'm sure that they were like, wow, this girl is unstoppable, because, and she didn't even have to do anything but play her own game and be her.
I think her performance is a testament to the work that she put in. There was a lot of hard work that went through the spring, and some frustration, and the difficulties that come along with learning. And she fought through that, and I think she's a better volleyball player as a product of it.
It was a really good feeling, honestly, and like breaking the same record like a year later obviously was like really, like, it was big for me, honestly. Like, it made me emotional, and I was glad that my teammates were there with me. Like, as the game was ending, they're like, congrats, congrats, and I was like, oh, like, yeah. But it was like I couldn't have done it without them.
There's a block, Casopala again.
14 blocks, Casey. That is incredible for a 3-set match, what we've seen so far.
Oh, my eyes.
We're Aggie Volleyball, we're at midnight.
Friday before football played ULM, we went to Midnight Yell, and the whole team, us and soccer, all went down on the field, and I got to talk, and it was honestly so surreal. Like, I came to A&M last May, not this past one, but the year before that. So I've been here for almost a year and a half, and I'm still blown away by the 12th man. Like, I don't think I will ever fully be able to be like, understand like the enormity of it. The 12th man has been huge these past couple weeks. It's been so fun. And this Wednesday, we play Mississippi State at 7 p.m. And we need all y'all's support to come out and help us beat the hell out of Mississippi State.
The whole experience was amazing, like just being out on the field, seeing all those fans like that just support like Aggie athletics, like just because it was for the football game, like us in soccer were out there, and it was like they were cheering for us too, like we're letting them know about our game, soccer was doing the same thing, and it was kind of like they were just there supporting, just, you know, because we're all Aggies.
One of our players, Ava, snapped a picture of me kind of just sitting there kind of taking it in, and I went to a smaller school that didn't have a football team. That athletics was kind of an afterthought, where the spirit of the 12th man wasn't even something that was really thought about. And I was just sitting there kind of taking it in because it's special. And I don't know if, I hope our players don't take it for granted, that what they have and the place that they're at and the spirit that kind of comes with it around athletics, around what we're doing, around what football is doing, is really, really special. And it's not lost on me, and something I'm really, really grateful for. And I have chills as I'm talking about it, because the fact that that many people show up the night before a football game to practice yells, to be there in support of their team, is something I don't think happens in any other place. And it's something I will forever be grateful for.
The Aggies have put in the work and are now ready to step into Southeastern Conference play.
We're further ahead than I thought we'd be as a volleyball team, both from a team standpoint and from a skill standpoint. And the one other thing is the SEC is further along than I thought it would be as a conference, where it's going to be a grind night in and night out. And I know that after some conversations that we've had, that we're ready to kind of sit in that and be uncomfortable and grind and get after it every single match, and that's what it's going to take. But I think the SEC is wide open for teams to win it, to finish third, to finish fifth, to finish eighth. Like, it's wide open because it's going to be really, really hard, but I know we're ready for that grind.